look at it. Ibrahim, good morning.
Morning.
And how are we today?
We're good.
I like your red tie.
Thank you. So
Yes.
going
On your white shirt
Thank you.
and your navy jacket, your navy suit. You're looking like.
I'm looking authentic.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you're looking authentic. You're
Yes.
looking very authentic this morning.
The-
If you want to see how Ibrahim is looking authentic, go to our Facebook page,
Yes.
our Facebook live stream. Once you get onto our Facebook live stream, you'll be able to see Ibrahim Al Hassan live and colored, looking very authentic this morning.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely.
So that is also to remind you that the show is streaming on Facebook Live. And so you can join us at Star 1035 FM and let's get interactive from there as well. Emmanuel Bipo is here. I've never seen him wear a tie except on his wedding day.
And he told you that you don't fellowship with him. So
I've never seen him wear a tie except on his wedding day.
Apart from work, where else do you meet me?
exactly.
And so you should be wearing a tie to work.
No, it's not compulsory.
So where do you wear tie?
The HR would have
Exactly.
included it in my
Exactly.
contract.
It is
Is that
part
a
of the.
uniform?
It's don't you know we have a dress code?
Please,
but that's
please. It's not tie. It's not
Don't you
limited
know we
to
have a
tie.
dress code?
It is
Where-
not
you wear
limited to
tie to
tie.
go and
You
have a
don't
demonstration.
mind him.
And then you.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've not seen anyone wearing a tie to cover demonstration before.
No, I have not.
I mean, I've seen.
Okay, me, I have.
Me,
not.
I've used tie to cover
Probably the
demonstration.
Kenyan
before.
one, not the Ghana.
No.
version.
I was wearing a tie.
To cover demonstration.
Yes.
Where in Kumasi?
No.
Accra here.
Yes.
Have we ever deployed you to cover demonstration in Accra here before? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you said the president has repeated what he
And the
said.
president is reiterating what he said. Well, after he gave his Founders Day speech
Yeah.
or Founders Day address to the
Yeah.
nation,
Yeah.
talking about Kwame Nkrumah and the contribution of others.
Yeah.
You know, he's still sparking this debate. He says Nkrumah is not sole nation's founder. Akufo-Addo stirs debate. Mahama writes, will resist attempts to rewrite the country's history. So this debate, still goes on. The Founders Day debate, and I don't know.
Yeah. Yes,
I don't know why the president finds the need to continue to push this, because if you ask me, Osajafo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the greatest African
of the millennium.
of the millennium. Not even people like Nelson Mandela
No.
have been able to achieve that feat.
They took inspiration from him.
Exactly. So for the entire millennium, Kwame Nkrumah. So we should be finding every means and every way and every chance to continue to eulogize and extol
Yeah.
Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and put him on that pedestal that he needs to be on, because there are even people who are not in this country who have put him on that pedestal. I mean, you go out there and then you meet anyone and you tell them that you are from Ghana. Those who really know their history and all of that just say, oh, Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah. Everybody knows Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana. Why do people know Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana?
That's the question.
Why do people know Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana? After all of these years, and what? He was in office for how long? About 6 years?
11. If you
11
add
years.
prime minister.
From
Well,
prime
if, okay,
minister to-
well, from
yeah.
prime minister, yeah, if you add all of that.
Yeah.
And
So from a mate to a driver.
okay. And then we saw the things that he did for this country. So why don't we give him his flowers? And and I think that the president is really not doing himself any favors and his party any favors by continuing to stir up this debate, if you ask me, because all of this is beginning to. Yesterday, when we were talking about this, you brought up a letter that was written by J.B. Dankwa.
in 1951.
Yeah. And there are a lot of other things that are coming up about people or elements within the UGCC and others who seemingly were fighting against the struggle for independence now. They
yeah,
were writing letters
yeah.
to, people outside of the country, and sort of, it looks like they were, I don't know, they were trying to be friendly towards the white men,
Yeah.
or trying to prove to the white men that it is Kwame Nkrumah who is the one who is causing trouble.
troublemaker.
We are with you and all of that, and it doesn't make the people who are coming from that tradition look good.
Yeah.
And you are stirring this up.
Lantam.
I don't know why the president is doing this.
I don't know why, and I agree with you. I don't know why, and this will be my final take on this. Something that's supposed to be a concentration of pride for Ghanaians, right? All of us will concentrate around that individual, right? And we are proud of the fact that he was our first prime minister, our first president. He was our founder. Because anywhere you go outside Ghana, when they see your passport, right? The very name that jumps in the mind of any foreigner who sees your passport, be it at the airport or whatever, is Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Right? Now, that should be something that we all rally around and use that to market the name Ghana. But unfortunately, it's become a subject of division. Unfortunately, which is so uncalled for.
I know, right?
Why is it that when Nkrumah's name is mentioned, it should divide us as a nation?
And then, some people are getting
it doesn't make sense.
jittery over people attributing the founding of Ghana to
I
him.
said yesterday, and I'll repeat that. The
I don't
president
get
is
it.
within his right to celebrate JB Dankwa and all the others, right? The only mistake the president made is bringing them apart with Nkrumah.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
They cannot compare to
No,
him.
you don't do that.
They cannot compare
it's
to him.
sacrilegious, to say the least. You don't do that. And history is there to expose the fact that you cannot do that. I'm going to get something. You tell the person who is giving me that thing that, hey, hold on, this gentleman is not ready.
Don't give it to him.
Don't give it to him. And the person gets it, and you are telling us that you helped me
getting it.
Like how? It's illogical.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we are.
People wouldn't have been talking about all of these things. But you see, of course, when we are learning history in school, we all learn, the role of, JB Dankwa and the Big Six and all of that. It's not like their names have been lost in history. Their names have not been lost in history. Even when you are studying social studies in primary school, and they are teaching you the history of Ghana and how Ghana got independence and all of that. After talking about Kwame Nkrumah, they talk about the Big Six. They talk about, Sergeant Ajete and Co., the UGCC, the Big Six and all of that. Why is the Big Six on our CD notes? So it's not like anybody is forgetting about the role that other people played when you are learning the history of the country. But the thing is that there is one man who came and fast-tracked the entire independence process and sparked a revolution of independence across the entire African continent.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that is the man that we're celebrating. So there's nothing wrong if we are putting Kwame Nkrumah on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But now, I think it's very I think it's very sad because people are beginning to, those who are not even in Nkrumah are beginning to, look at JB Dankwa and Co. in a certain light because all of these letters of what he did and how he was opposed to us getting independence and all of that is coming out now, and it's not cool. It's not cool.
Well, but also, of course, with the benefit of history, we all know that it's not everybody in the UP tradition who thinks this way.
Oh yes,
it's not the first time the UP tradition has been in government. I mean, President Kufuor was in government from 2001 to 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, he exited in 2009 after the elections, and I don't think these issues came up. Of course, it was limited to academia. It was an academic debate that occasionally when educated folks meet, they argue over. It never became a subject of national debate. I find it curious that we are having that conversation now, especially when JB Dankwa's descendants are in the helm of affairs. It's also feed into a certain narrative. You remember, there are some who have questioned why the 2 CD note is no more in circulation. Even if it is in limited circulation. Some say, is it because it has Nkrumah on? You see, these things we may not have evidence to support it, but of course, when the narrative keeps changing from a certain camp, people will begin to piece one and two together, and they may arrive at this conclusion. And like you said, these are things that are supposed to unite us.
Yes.
Once you allow people to form their own theories about these things, it leads to division, and I don't think it's something that we want.
On a 2 CD note, we were told that they're going to be phased out and replaced with coins.
The coin, yeah.
I'm sure I've seen some fresh 1 CD notes. I've seen some fresh 1 CD notes. Yes, I've seen. In fact, recently I had some, and I was surprised because
so they are printing 1 CD notes.
No, it's supposed to look disheveled. I don't know wherever.
Or maybe they were old 1 CD notes that were not circulated and they are now circulated.
But they are now in circulation. The point is, I was against the replacement of even the 2 CD notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you make it a coin, it has I don't know what the economists will say about this, or those who know, monetary policy and all of those things. I'm not an expert in that field. But to my layman's thinking, I mean,
we need both.
Forgive my ignorance, but people place value on notes.
Yeah, and how it's even kept.
Rather than coins,
keep them in your wallet, right? Coins, like, in fact, coins are things that you want to keep somewhere. Whenever you are out of money, or you need some smaller denominations, then you go for it.
Yeah.
How many of us will keep coins in our pockets?
Yeah, but if it's, note.
Yeah.
Does it contribute to inflation in any way?
No,
I don't know.
To some extent, but of course, you can talk about the fact that coins will live longer.
Will live longer, exactly.
And it's more durable.
And notes,
what have you, right?
and notes are not that
But
durable.
the bottom line is that there's a reason why we had the 2 cedi note with Nkrumah's. It's supposed to be like a commemorative note, right, with Nkrumah's head on it.
Yeah, with only Nkrumah
Facing
there.
it out will automatically mean that you are facing out Nkrumah. It is what it is. So regardless of what informed the decision, you might look at the other side of the meanings that will be read into it. It's as simple as that, right? Yes, I agree with what people said largely that Kufuor's time we didn't have this argument.
Yeah, we didn't have these arguments.
But
Nobody
the
was
fact
debating
also,
who the founder of Ghana is
also
and all of
remains
that. Nobody
when
was.
Atamos came, Atamos also elevated him, right? Declared his birthday a holiday, right?
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
And then we have the
rightfully so.
descendants of
Rightfully
J.B. Dankwa.
so.
Of course, I'm not
Rightfully
sure
so.
anybody will argue over that.
Yeah.
And then descendants of Dankwa came to be the runners of the RFS. Let me put it that way. And then they also feel like, okay, let's elevate our own. I have nothing
And
against
use
that.
the date.
No problem.
Use the date of the formation of the
You
UGCC.
could have done that differently. Libraries and what have you, like properly celebrate them as you are doing. But don't put them at the same level.
On the
as
same level of Nkrumah.
That's basic.
Yeah.
This is basic. And in doing that, you are almost undoing things that ought not to be undone.
Yeah.
Like 1st July. Like 1st July. That's the point.
Republic Day.
Don't.
Because in the history of the country, Ghana becoming a republic,
That's one.
yeah, that's it.
Anyway.
Totally free
Yeah.
from any colonial rule or any any foreign administration. It was the 1st of July
Yeah.
in
But-
1960.
Yeah.
So,
But-
I mean, it's a significant day.
Yeah, but now instead of us talking about what the two political parties are saying on the campaign trail and their political messages,
Yeah,
we are talking about. I've seen a post from Professor Rans, for example,
yeah.
saying that the president should take a back seat now and allow his flag bearer and the running mate to run things, right? Which would then mean that for now he can decide to say that we are cancelling E-levy because it's part of his promises. So then E-levy is gone. And then we are all happy. What other thing? I'm reducing ministers. So he can actually reduce the ministers to 60. Hooray! Then we know very well that
When he comes into office, he can do something.
Yeah,
No,
but you know-
the president says the buck stops with him.
obviously.
He's the man in charge.
But Jampo is
And
Professor Jampo is saying that if he wants his running mate to
running mate.
win, then he can do this.
So the president, he won't do it. Come on.
So he doesn't want him to win.
He won't do it. He wants him to win, but he said that he will not. He said that he will not hand over power to anybody apart from an MPP president.
No, I get you.
And he
I
said,
get
but
you.
he's also said, the interesting thing about all of that is that he's also said that his time. He's done his bit. He has, fought the good fight. He has run the race, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the next MPP administration will come and continue on
Yeah.
the good things that he has been doing. So is it safe to say that he, in some way, has also checked out?
Yeah,
Because he got barely 4 or 5 months more
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be in office, right?
Yeah. But for yesterday, when he spoke at the meeting with the senior
Yes.
citizens, he at least sounded presidential relative to the last hurdle he have to cross, and that's the December 7 elections.
Yeah.
Assuring that he will ensure free, fair, and
Free, fair, and transparent elections.
elections,
That's what
right.
we need.
And
That's what we need.
Of course. And he didn't say that he will hand over to his own. He didn't say that he will not hand over to somebody he's defeated. And that was what I think.
I think that one, when he gets on
I think Nketia was calling for.
campaign platforms, that is,
Yes,
he
that's-
usually says those things.
And
This time
so the
around.
timing is important. I
He
mean,
didn't.
just tomorrow will be exactly 4 months to elections.
Yeah.
You can't be making this
No,
comment.
no,
so,
you
so
can't.
timing. I mean,
Yeah,
the president is
it's
a smart
important.
guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh, yeah, he knows.
2 months, 3 months to election, he won't
you
make
can't-
this
you can't be
statement.
doing that.
These are, because now the stakes are very high.
Exactly.
And
When it bends on you.
yeah.
Well,
Basically,
so let's see what the people of Ghana eventually decide, whether they want to hand over to his driver's mate,
Yeah, of course. Because that decision rests with the people of Ghana.
or whether or not they want to hand it over to a former driver,
Yeah.
or they want to hand it over to other people who now want to learn how to drive.
You just want to be politically right, no problem. We all know it's a two-horse race anyway.
Well, there are others.
Yeah, but the others, what they do is they put spanners into works, right? They spoil here, spoil there, and what
There
have
are
you.
others,
ABC.
there are others.
Yeah,
So sometimes you need people to back you up at IPAC.
exactly.
So it's in your interest to always sponsor people to
Yeah.
also show up at IPAC.
No, but
Yeah.
there are
You know,
others.
there's a lot of
There are
that-
those. No, there are those ones that you talk about, but there are also others who are serious.
Ah,
Serious.
Okay.
The only way to measure seriousness when it comes to politics is the output,
Yeah.
the results that you get
Yeah.
over the
No,
period.
but they are serious.
No, we don't get. I'm saying that you can be serious.
Yeah.
But if for a very long time you fail to even get a candidate in parliament. It tells about the level of seriousness.
Yeah. But I'm saying that we are because people like Alan Chemanting, teaming up with Dr. Abu Sakari. I mean, they are serious. They mean business.
These things we can't judge. It's only posterity
December
that
7th.
can tell.
Yeah.
They mean business. I mean, Cheddar is also there.
All of them are there. I mean, the guy that you only see is a billboard. You don't see him. Akpalu is also there. So all of them are there.
The Liberal Party of Ghana is there. Is the NDP still there?
I don't know whether Kunadu will go again, but NDP is there. But I don't know whether Kunadu
is the Eagle Party also there?
The Eagle Party is but they're still
every
not.
Every Ghanaian living everywhere.
Reform has returned.
No, Reform has returned. The National Reform Party has returned.
GCPP.
There's a
The Great Consolidated Popular Party.
Yeah.
Domestication.
Yes.
Oh, Danlate of blessed memory. Oh, I loved that man.
That's a very good question.
I love that man.
Please,
man.
the question again. So you didn't understand the question. How can you describe it as a good question?
No, but I love that man, man. I love that man. And I think I buy into what he was saying.
Oh, but who didn't?
People used to associate him with domestication in a very light-hearted manner or in a very jovial manner. People really weren't taking it serious. All they knew was GCPP domestication or Danlate domestication. But I mean, the idea of the domestication is what I believe we actually need as a country.
Please feed yourself.
We need to domesticate. We need to domesticate. We need to look within.
Yeah.
And it's even a semblance of it that, the president, when he was then candidate, was saying that we have all the money here.
Yeah.
We don't need to go and run the country on borrowing. We don't need to go and bring money from anywhere. All the money is here.
Yeah.
When we are sitting on the money, but we are hungry.
Yeah.
Domestication.
You are right.
It was domestication.
Let's domesticate the president.
Yes. Road to election 2024. Experts write off minority parties.
We had not even seen the headline.
Yeah.
But that was a conversation
That was a conversation we were just having. So it says, across 8 elections in the Fourth Republic, the influence of the smaller political parties in Ghana has diminished with time, despite the promise that attended their formation and inauguration. While they have struggled, the new Patriotic Party and the NDC have grown in size, capacity, and influence, narrowing the political space for the pretenders, in quotes, and swallowing the chunk of their membership along the way. You can read the rest of this in the Daily Graphic newspaper. Stakeholders call for more house and fairs. Graphic Greda exhibition excites patrons. And women heads of electoral bodies must consolidate democracy. That's according to Jean Adukwe Mensah, who is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. So that's it for the Daily Graphic
The Ghanaian
newspaper.
Times this morning. President salutes founding fathers for sacrifices, resilience, tenacity of purpose, continuing to inspire Ghanaians. Don't vote skirt and blouse, Mahama admonishes. Adopt mindset of possibilities, Baumia. And I like the way Ghanaian Times has decided to capture the two stories side by side. No wahala.
Yeah.
So you can't come and say
You
that
can't come and say we didn't
the
do.
Mahama story didn't do the Baumia story.
Yes.
So that's it.
Both pictures there,
Same
both
size.
in the same
Yes,
size, both in the same corner. And then the first gentleman of the land is big up there.
Yeah. Yeah, Akufo-Addo.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
big. He's
Yes.
big up
So
there.
the only thing missing here will be glasses, but Mahama doesn't wear glasses.
No, he
Otherwise,
doesn't.
like, they
Yeah.
don't wear glasses.
All of them look Sakura.
But the Mahamas would have been square. Right. Because okay.
All of them
Baumia
look
is only
Sakura. All of them are wearing. All of them look Sakura. Just
Yeah.
that 2 of them are wearing spectacles.
No. Mahama is not Sakura.
But it looks. I said it looks
Okay, looks,
Sakura.
Okay.
Looks Sakura. But he Bahama shaves his head recently very, very,
Yeah, but
very,
you
very
see
low.
the hair.
But you can't see the hair, obviously.
So that's not
Yeah,
Sakura.
but it's not
I'm a
Sakura.
barber,
But it
that's
looks.
Yeah. Okay. So
I didn't know you were a barber, and I've been spending
Oh,
money
it's
at
good.
barbering shops.
no. I mean, me SS Barbary way. I didn't do Barbary in school.
Hey, so you were a Wanzam.
That's a good one. Anyway, Paris 2024, Azamati Saminu failed to shine in men's 100 meters. We have 4x100 coming up, I think, Thursday. So let's see what that brings up.
On Thursday,
Yeah.
4x100.
4x100.
The
yeah.
4x100 relay.
Really, yeah.
Yes, Ghana should do something.
We hear you.
Yes.
Ghanaian time, they don't invest in them. Some of them are Uber drivers. And they are, hey, Charlie, this country.
Yeah.
Athletes, they are doing ride hailing driving as a side gig, right?
Yes, of course,
To be able
because
to-
they need money.
And
But,
yes,
but even this guy who is part of our 4x100 relay team, I think Joe Paul.
Yeah,
After
just
his scholarship, now he trains on his own. He registers for competitions
on
by
his own.
himself.
Yeah.
So
you don't put in the investment, and yesterday you come here, you're berating them and then calling them names. Charlie, anyway,
That's for Ghana there, Charlie, some way.
back page, close hunting season takes effect from August 1 to December 1. So, yeah, the hunters can no longer go to the bush to kill game. So, this year's close season of hunting was launched last Thursday in Mankesim in the central region with a caution to hunters to allow wildlife species in the country's forest to breed. The 4-month annual restriction under the Forestry Commission's close season seeks to protect and conserve animal species and populations, enhance biodiversity, and help mitigate climate change challenges. During this period, it is illegal for anyone to hunt, capture, or destroy any wild animal except the grass cutter.
Did they actually say except the grass cutter?
Except the grass
Why,
cutter.
the grass
They are-
cutter
they
is
are-
in
they are-
abundance,
They are
eh?
not in short supply.
I feel like
I can
it's
they are
Yeah.
not endangered
now
species.
now after the manu matoso
Yeah.
me pa krantie na
When
mare.
you go to Edinburgh, you'll find them there. They are there.
Right now,
Yeah, they are selling
why
them.
don't we go and look for some fufu to eat later today?
No problem.
With our
Usually
krantie.
Fufu is better taken on Friday.
With some krantie matter.
Eh.
There is no special day for fufu.
We
Fufu
hear
can be
you.
taken
No,
every day.
The fufu from the
Fufu can be taken every day.
We hear you.
It is not for preserve of Fridays.
I hear
On
you.
Mondays you can eat fufu.
Okay.
On Sundays you can eat fufu.
Fufu
On
can-
Wednesdays you can eat fufu. Have you
Morning-
eaten
morning,
fufu?
afternoon,
Have you
evening.
eaten fufu on a Tuesday evening before?
Evening?
Don't go there. Yes, Tuesday evening, like 6 p.m.
You are lucky. You don't have pot belly.
Fufu.
Otherwise, that will have
I
been
said
the
like
recipe-
like
recipe-
6
recipe
like
for
like
you
like
to get
6
pot
p.m.
belly.
like 6 p.m. or maybe 5 p.m. thereabouts. You know,
Yeah.
you get some
You're
fufu.
right. You're right.
Charlie.
But in fact, there are times I can't eat fufu in the morning, and then late in
Oh,
the
but who eats fufu in the morning?
people do.
Oh,
Hey, the
early in the
leftover
morning.
fufu.
Okay, maybe mid morning. Maybe like
Leftover fufu.
maybe like 11 a.m.
Okay,
thereabouts. You know, it's
You are
fine.
wetting people's appetite.
It's fine, Charlie. I
That's
want to
good.
eat some fufu and akran. Charlie, somebody should tell me the best fufu and
Joint
akrantie
in
joint.
Accra.
The best fufu and akrantie joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akrantie is
Me
what
pack
brings
Akrantie
up-
no,
brings the
Akrantie no.
difficulty. Akrantie is usually along the Accra Kumasi route and what have you.
Nobody in
But here in
Accra.
Accra,
There should
Akrantie-
be somewhere where there's akrantie.
No problem. I'm sure listeners will
Yeah.
send you voice
Yeah.
notes. Yeah. So basically, you can hunt for Akrantie, and then but that one you need license from the
okay.
Wildlife Division.
But all other game
Yeah.
is
Oh,
off limits.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Abbreviate. Oh no, abbreviate.
You know,
So you can.
this,
Okay.
the hunters, you know the part of the forest that they go deep in the forest.
Nobody can
So who's
find
going to go to check if who has a license to?
Anyway,
So
so you
you
can.
know what they do? They send their people around Chobas. When they go and they see any game, rather
Then
than
they
Akrantie, you know what they do? They confiscate.
What
they
if
go-
I
they go and
bought
consume.
it? I bought it earlier and I
That's the
preserved
point.
it.
I don't know why. No, they do. It's actually a
Or
serious thing.
unless they want to, they have the means to conduct an autopsy to know
find out
exactly
when it was killed.
when it was killed, what
That's
killed
what
it,
the
and all
wildlife,
those
the
They
things.
do.
wildlife people are
They
doing.
come to the Chobas and they confiscate the games and then they go and eat.
So when they confiscate the
They go
game,
and eat.
It's like
Seriously?
noise on drumming and dancing in Greater Accra region, and the youth they can come to your house
Yeah.
and pick the mortar. Of
Yeah.
course, that one you're using it to make
Yeah,
noise,
yeah.
and pick the soup.
They pick the soup
you
and
wonder,
soup.
what noise is the
It's the
soup
soup
making?
making. The potop. Like who will hear the potop from the soup?
oh, but even with the mortar and the pistol, what noise is the mortar?
No, they do.
Oh no,
They do. They
that,
confiscate.
that one you're making noise.
What,
But the
kind
soup.
of, what kind of nonsense is that?
We are planning for.
Anyway,
Anyway,
So that's
so
the
the
point.
wildlife is saying you can't
All right,
you can't
so
go and do funka games.
Daily Guide is what I have, and
You can't go and do funka games in the winter.
Daily Guide.
Yeah.
I have done my best. Nana, story on page 3. The president telling us about what he's done so far ever since mounting that high office. NPP launches manifesto on August 18th. I hear it's in Takrade. I be right?
Yeah.
They are going to
Okay.
launch their
We'll have
manifesto.
constant electricity supply. Herbert Krapper is giving this assurance, and gold exports hit 10 billion by end of 2024. Okay, but you know one funny thing about gold?
No.
In 2021, our total revenue was about $8 billion.
Okay. Yeah.
Same for oil. But guess what? When it comes to oil, we have PIAC and all those bodies policing the oil.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, gold is there, and as it stands now,
Nobody
gold gives us more revenue than oil.
Yeah.
But we have
and
we have a
gold-
dedicated.
and there's a lot of illegal mining going on, and a lot of money illegally also leaving the shores of Ghana. A lot of gold illegally because official figures with regard to gold,
Of course.
and gold exports are far less than official figures that other countries have. And this is something that the vice president has even alluded to before. So we need to look at
All
that.
right, last story on the front page of the Daily Guide. Let's stick to our founding fathers' ideas. Guess who is making this call? Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, running mate of the, flag bearer. Why do I keep saying running? Flag bearer of the NP.
Running mate is Dr. Martin.
Yeah, flag bearer, vice president.
Who?
Let's stick to it.
Let's stick to our founding fathers' ideas.
Okay.
Founding fathers.
So the ideas of our
The
founding
ideas
fathers.
of our forefathers.
Let's stick to
That's
it.
very
That's
smart
what he's
on his
saying.
part. I thought he said that let's stick to founding Fathers Day.
No.
Founders Day.
He-
S apostrophe. You see, man, that's the point. It's just anyway. Let's move on.
Yeah. Oh, say what
Let's
you were
move
coming to say.
No.
Why did you
The-
hold
the,
on?
The point I'm making is
Say
that
what you were
the
coming to say.
neutrals are not excited about such conversations,
Yeah.
and that is a political conundrum. you get it? It's more like a Waterloo.
Yeah.
See, I think moving forward, the president must just avoid the name Nkrumah. Because the UP
The president must avoid the name Nkrumah.
Yeah, that's the point. Like talking about Kwame Nkrumah. The point I'm making is that we all know the position of the UP tradition. The fact that JB Dankwa had to die in custody, right? It's not a palatable development for the UP tradition. That Nkrumah, he was incarcerated by Nkrumah. To them, through the Preventive Detection Act, right? Detention Act. And then he had to die there. It's terrible that happened.
Yeah,
so
that
we
also
understand.
happened,
We
yeah.
understand the abhorrence of the Dankwa family to the name Nkrumah. But times have passed. Nkrumah was not perfect. Yesterday, I was going to say this, but I think that the only thing that I feel Nkrumah did, I think a number of things, but one that stood out was the 48 hours that he gave the whites to leave the country. He would have done without that. But then again, he was being paranoid. He felt that they were going to come for him. Eventually, they came for him. Yes? If you read around how the 66 coup took place, you understand that, yes, the Kotoke coup were just stooges. But the real architects of the 1966 coup were the Americans. And then the Western allies.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
So that was what he was avoiding. That was why he gave the white 48 hours to leave the shores of the country. But upon hindsight, I still feel he could have done without that 48-hour ultimatum.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Argument is that the act that sent people to prison without even appearing before a judge was because they were after Nkrumah's life. The Kulungungu War, what's the name? The bombing and what have
all
you.
of that, yeah.
Right. So it was due to the exigencies of the situation. But of course, saying that you want a one-party state, it's not something that in any democratic government
we should allow.
We should allow.
Yeah.
These are the excesses. Yes.
Yeah.
And we admit.
Nkrumah had its flaws. Nobody's saying
Obviously.
Nkrumah didn't have its flaws, but it doesn't take away his greatness.
That's the point.
Yeah. Every man is flawed,
Yeah.
but it doesn't take away his greatness.
Anyway. So that's it. I think it's your
So the Chronicle, the Daily Dispatch newspaper, I will come back after 4 years for renewal. Mahama will not come back. Baumia to swing voters. So, he will come back after 4 years, but Mahama won't come. So it's not a good idea to vote for him.
Okay.
So that's what Dr. Baumia is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fail to see the logic though, but yeah, it's been
Oh,
saying
the
this.
logic is that when he comes one term, he has no incentive to do what is right, or he has no incentive to perform well, because once he gets in there,
Then
he's not going to come to seek another
why
term.
do we vote for people
But
to
he,
continue their
Baumia,
term?
has an incentive to seek a second term, because so in his first term he will, because he has it at the back of his mind that he'll be seeking a second term, he'll be working harder and doing what is right, for the people
It
of
doesn't say
Ghana.
that
So
we
that
are
is the
being
logic.
punished by Akufo-Addo because Akufo-Addo is not coming again. Logic.
If that's the logic, then we
Yeah.
shouldn't give anybody. a
It's
second
possible.
term.
Maybe
That-
that is the
we are being
reason.
punished
Maybe
by
that is the
Akufo-Addo
reason
because
why we're experiencing
that's
all
one.
of these things in the
That's one
country.
too. will NDC as a party cease to exist after Mahama?
No,
Or the
it will
NDC
not.
as a party will come back?
And they will come back definitely.
Anyway,
Let us work together during the elections to make Ghana proud. IGP Dampari speaks. And book review: Revolution and Democracy in Ghana, the politics of Jerry Rawlings. So that's all there on the Dispatch
the Chronicle
newspaper.
this morning. Good exports to hit record $10 billion by the end of 2024. It's been the greatest honor to serve as president, Akufo-Addo tells Ghanaians, and we will continue to keep the lights on, Herbert Crapper assures as he visits power plants. Generate ideas to drive Ghana's future. Bawumia urges Ghanaians. Quotation for this morning, Isaiah 41:10. So, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Okay, this sounds like a repeated quotation. I think I read this, last week.
Do not fear, for I am with you. And do not
be dismayed, for I am your God.
For I am your God.
So says the Lord.
That is very comforting to hear this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chronicle.
God says He's there for you.
Yes.
All right, Daily Statesman is the next newspaper I have. Let's adopt possibilities mindset. Bawumia urges nation. GDP sees 36% expansion and the Akufo-Addo story on page 2. Also, Mahama's return will mess up Ghana's progress. Guess who is saying this? We see Botre Jr., NPP Communications team member. And also Ghana's gold exports to hit 10 billion by end of 2024. And Parliamentary Committee recommends insurance to protect investors.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the Ugarte Committee.
So the new crusading guide, Leave Yohono Alone. Nanado consulted wisely before appointing him. Court order stay of execution over Ajengan or Botiman property claims. National House of Chiefs petitioned to expunge Bankahene's name from the Register of Chiefs. Jogate Committee reports on Black Shield recommends insurance for securities transactions. Bawumia rocks NPP base in Eastern Region, urges Ghanaians to adopt a mindset of possibilities. And Bright SHS partners Buakwa North Assembly to award scholarship to GHS graduates. Talking about Bawumia's tagline, it is possible. I don't know if you've noticed that there's a very huge billboard in town. A very huge billboard in town with red, blue, and white.
Yeah.
And it's written impossible. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen a number of them.
What?
It's counted.
Has it got anything to do with anybody trying to counter Dr.
I
Bawumia's
think
It
it's
Is
a
Possible?
it's a direct
I mean, that's
counter.
what came into my mind when I saw it, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think it's a direct counter. 1, 2. It brings back memories of, remember, the receipt guy. There were billboards.
Yeah. Of
some
past
social
tweets.
media comments
Yes.
and posts of the now flag bearer of the NPP. Yeah, so I'm sure it's along the same lines.
Really?
Yeah.
So you do a giant billboard
Yeah.
and just write impossible
Yeah.
with NPP colors.
Yeah.
What would that do?
You are here talking about it, that day.
Yeah, but I'm curious about it.
That's the point. That's the point. Just to.
No, but I still want to understand. Well, whoever is behind it, I would want to understand the rationale behind it anyway. What is impossible?
I don't know.
Dr. Bawumia's bid to lead the country or break the 8 is impossible? Or because he says it is possible, they want to tell him that it's impossible?
Okay, but it's possible it's in relation to breaking the 8.
Well,
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. But we don't know whether that billboard is a political billboard. We always see it's impossible.
Yeah.
With the red, blue, and white. So we're just conjecturing over here. So
I agree.
No one should take us on,
Just
please.
that the colors, the colors are NPP colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
You done with yours, right?
Yes, I
It's
am.
my turn. So Daily Post, the final one I have. If the Japadia document is fabricated, its implementation is not fabricated. Mahama to Akufo-Addo. Jubilee House is the headquarters of fake information. Mahama. Yesterday I saw another flyer, fake flyer, relative to some things that were said in Boko. I said, see, these things are not going away because
Misinformation and disinformation.
Yeah, they are not going away. So just brace yourselves.
Yeah, and we should open our eyes, right? We should open our eyes. A little word of advice to people who would rely on everything that they see on social media and take it as a gospel truth and run with it and share it. These political parties and operatives of these political parties both from the MPP side and the NDC side, are cloning logos and artworks of media houses and putting in their own headlines. All right, putting in their own headlines and then purporting it to come from these media houses. I mean, we here at the EIB network, Starr FM, GH1 TV, have been a victim of that.
Ultimate FM as
Ultimate
well.
FM, you know, and other media houses. Other media houses are being victims. So let us watch it, right? Make sure that you know how the authentic artwork looks, because when you look at the fake one and you look at the authentic one, you always see the differences. Right, so let's beware of the fake news that is being shared around. And sometimes, if the quotes are too ridiculous to be true, you should be asking yourself, did the person really? And do your double check and your triple check before you believe, whatever you look at, right?
Especially when they are incendiary. There's no way somebody will make a provocative statement and will place it on a flyer. No, we won't. Right, so if you see something that is tribal, something that is ethnocentric, something that is divisive, something that is insulting, chances are it's not emanating from any media house.
I mean, unless the person actually said it, then we attach maybe the video.
If the person said it and it's still incendiary, it's still insulting, it's still, we're not going to put it on a flyer. No, that one there. So know that we won't put it on a flyer. So Mahama in full flight in the Upper East region, where he made mincemeat of Akufo-Addo's claim to innocence about the authorship of the sinister Ejapadiet document. And Bevulolati calls for free, credible elections as he addresses misinformation and disinformation. 120 fishermen in Ekumfi Nakwa defect from NPP to NDC.
Hey. So we have NDC and NPP fishermen.
Oh yeah, it's a season of defection, right? More will come.
The final newspaper I have is the Insight newspaper, Election 2024. Minister warns media against premature declaration of results. Comes with a photograph of Albert Kandapa, Minister of National Security. And also, nearly 80 years after occupation, Korean Diaspora Organization launches U.S. Out of Korea campaign, and Professor Francis Nkrumah laid to rest. Pan-Africanism today pays glowing tribute to his honor. These are the lead stories in the Insight.
Okay, so that should do it for the newspaper headlines this morning. And we'll take a look at some of the online some of the online stories. We'll take a look at starfm.com.gh. Government's Ejapadia document is authentic, leaked by Akufo-Addo's niece. That's according to Ohinia Jekum. Ambassador Ohinia Jekum says that the Japadia document is authentic and it was leaked by Akufo-Addo's niece. I don't know. Is this propaganda or is what? Or it is actually true? So where did they come from? Where did the Japadia document come from?
Somebody's telling you where it's coming from. You're asking me.
Well, I don't know if I believe it.
Anyway, it's a challenge. Like I said, when I saw it was not like a printed document that you can go to, say, Lego bookshop and go and get one. No. So it doesn't come with an author's name, right? But it was written, and now we are told that there are newer versions. Like I told.
Yeah, there were edited versions.
Now there's volume 2.
Yeah, volume 2.
So volume 2,
which is
3.
an update.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think the original Japadia document is there. Video 24-hour economy. Any nation that sleeps becomes poor. That's according to Ofusuwan Pofo. Ignore claims that Ignore claims that market women in Winneba abandoned Professor Opoku Ajimang. And also, Samia Oku electrifies Equiapim. Oh, what is happening here? Samia Oku electrifies Equiapim North, charges the NPP in Equiapim North. And also, NDC will win 2024 election. That's according to Samuel Ofosuwan Pofo.
Okay, City Newsroom. Ejapadia document is a diabolical scheme by few TB individuals. See Mohine Jekum. And single sourcing compromising integrity of public sector procurement. That's according to the Ghana Integrity Initiative. People think we are asleep until Nkrumah's arrival. Akufo-Addo. People think we were asleep until Nkrumah's arrival. The president is not helping himself.
Let's continue.
So Nkrumah buy and say independence. No, that's not. That's
But
not
nobody
the
has ever
conversation.
said that.
That's not the conversation.
That's
Let's move on.
Nobody
Let's
has
move-
ever
let's-
said that.
let's move on.
That's not the conversation.
Morning show. This is the Morning Star live on Empire 102.7 FM in Takrade. And